Welcome, sales, marketing, and business professionals to Making Sales Social Live, coming to you from the Social Sales Link Virtual Studios. I'm Bob Woods, and joining me is the co host of Making Sales Social Live. She is a fellow LinkedIn social selling and AI strategist, consultant, trainer, coach, and just everything extraordinaire. Bryn Tillman. What's up, Bryn?
And Bubby. Yes, hi.
Yeah, that too. Exactly. I can't say that, but Bryn certainly can.
Welcome to Making Sales Social Live, as we share LinkedIn and social selling training, strategies, and tips that will have an immediate impact on your business. Join Bryn Tillman and me, Bob Woods, every week. Making Sales Social Live. This is the recorded version of our weekly Making Sales Social Live show.
Sounds good. So
Yeah, let's get started with
we're gonna
today's topic.
we are gonna get straight into it because we got a lot of stuff to talk about today. So if I've said this before, I've said it, quite a few times. If there's one thing about LinkedIn that's constant, it's change. And I know that's a cliche, but in this case, it really, really is true. Thing is, when it comes to LinkedIn and change, the company doesn't always do a good job of communicating them. That's why Brent and I are here to talk about 5 changes that are either coming to LinkedIn or have already hit it. So before we get into the changes, I just want to make sure everyone knows all the credit for the content of this in terms of keeping track of the changes goes to a friend of the company and a past guest on our podcast, Kevin D. Turner. He goes by Kevin D. Turner on LinkedIn. He keeps track of these. Sometimes he discovers them. Other times people are sending him the changes they're seeing in the wild. So to see the latest, he actually has a hashtag, which we're actually going to talk about hashtags as well as one of the changes coming, but search the hashtag new LinkedIn feature. And if you want, go ahead and give him a follow and ring his bell on LinkedIn because it's definitely worth it. He has all of the changes. He has his pulse, literally his finger rather, on the pulse, on the neck of LinkedIn.
That is true.
So that is very true. So the first one we're going to talk about, it's one that has both Brent and myself more than a little upset about because it was a great feature. And now it's like it's almost going away, but not quite. And that is creator mode. And creator mode was great for so many different reasons. And just like certain things with LinkedIn, they give us something and then they take it away. Although they're not taking quite everything away in this case, right, Brent?
Yeah, I mean, creator mode. One of the things that I loved is the way that they positioned your profile. So if
Yep.
you were a creator, your content went to the top. You were also given newsletters and the ability for LinkedIn Live. So that those abilities are now going to everyone. So everyone is now going to have, whether you're in creator mode or not, you can have a newsletter, you can have all the audio rooms and all the things that were originally just for creator mode. Unfortunately, we don't have a choice on the positions of our profile. And that was something I really liked. And what that ultimately meant was our content was above like our about summary. So currently now, if you're in creator mode, your content is high. If you're in traditional mode, your about section is high. Now the about section or the about summary will now be at the top for everyone. I find that slightly disappointing because if you're a content creator, you want to have that up at the top. The
Yep.
question I have, and I don't know if we know the answer to, is if you're in creator mode, or maybe a premium mode, I am not sure. You can have a call to action hyperlink in the top of the fold of your profile. So I'm hoping that just gets rolled out to everyone.
Yeah.
But we
I
don't know.
would hope so. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
in all the documentation that I've seen, either from Kevin or a couple other places myself, I haven't seen anything about that. So the one thing that LinkedIn has kind of sort of corrected about this though is that when you used to go into creator mode, the default
Oh, the
connection
follow.
button is switched to follow, and you really couldn't do anything about that. Now, as of March 2024, you can now, it kind of goes back to the future a little bit, although they're actually
Right.
making it easier to find whether or not you are going to have people follow you or connect with you, that main
As a
button
default.
on your
Yeah.
profile as the default. Yeah, that is the phrase I was looking for. Thank you very much. Yeah,
Look when we can read each other's minds.
as as the default. So that's like one thing. And then besides what Bryn mentioned, the other thing that they're actually keeping from creator mode is that you still will have access to the analytics that you had with creator mode too, which I think is important because they really did roll out some good analytics in terms of who's following you and just really able to dig in a little deeper into the types of data that creators would want to know. That's going to be available to everyone now.
Awesome. So what's the second change that we're chatting about?
Speaking of hashtags, so they're going to be they're going to continue to be available, but Kevin says that they are not recommended or they won't be. I'm not sure when this is going to happen. This is a coming soon.
Yeah, they're
type
no
thing.
longer recommended in a post.
Right. Yeah. So they're not recommended or supported. So Kevin said that it's rumored that the depreciation of hashtags, in other words, they're not supporting them anymore, is based on hashtags interfering with what LinkedIn feels they can algorithmically, say that 3 times fast, deliver for the member. So in other words,
They want
hashtags are
control.
messing with the algo. They want total control of the
Yeah.
algo, which I think is really interesting because hashtags are everywhere. I don't know where they actually got started. They got popular because of a user movement
Twitter.
back when Twitter was Twitter.
Mhm.
Everybody latched onto them. LinkedIn was late to the party on hashtags to start with, and now they're saying, yeah, they're there, but we really don't care. And I think that that's a mistake personally.
Well, it's a mistake for the users.
Yes.
But,
Yeah.
right? For
User
us,
experience. Yeah.
yeah, and
User
there.
experience DNA. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, so what happens is we're giving up, or we're not giving up, they're taking back more control over what we see. When you follow a hashtag, you have some control over that. Although there is some control with who you engage with and who you message, generally upon topics, if someone followed a hashtag and you used that hashtag, they were more likely to see it. And that's going
Yeah.
away. So
That's going away, and there's nothing we can do about it because LinkedIn wants control.
what's number 3, Bob?
Number 3 is the services provided section
I'm
of
excited.
this one's really cool. So that you could have a box, or you can have a box on your profile that lets you highlight the services that you provide, and then people can actually go in, depending on how you have it set up, and actually ask you about the services and even have you develop a proposal, RFP, however you want to say it,
Yeah.
for their inquiry. So the
So I
services
did this.
provided used to be in a little box up in the top of the fold. They're now breaking that out into its own box in the profile itself. So it's much more prominent. And there's also going to be additional features in there for premium members. So if you're paying for LinkedIn on the business and sales side, you can actually add media to it that will link to external media for you. And it's just another great way to bring the services that you provide to the forefront, but you have to have premium to actually take advantage of the additional things. But services provided, we always recommended it before. Now I think it's an essential to have on your
Yeah, and so I went through, because you could see your history, and I had about, in the last however many years it's been out there, about 10 inquiries. I responded, nothing came out of it, and I never took it completely seriously. About 3 weeks ago, I got an inquiry and I responded as I always do, and I include my pricing. It's all transparent. And Thursday, this past week, I had a keynote with Marquee Healthcare. Hi, guys. Had a wonderful time. Who found me through putting in and providing services inquiry. So that was my first real, like, fast converting a client that didn't come through a referral or someone that followed our content. Like, she didn't know who we were. And through providing services, and having a conversation, I showed up, and I think they really liked it. So the bottom line is, it is obviously something that LinkedIn is pushing a little bit more, and people are using it. Yeah. So it used to be ProFinder years ago.
Yeah.
And then
and it used to be a little more formal because it was like separately searchable and everything, almost like in its own, I don't want to say community, but like section and things like that, to where you could actually search for that. They kind of depreciated.
That's coming back. The searchability is coming back for providing services.
Oh, that's good. I did not know. Well, that's actually good to know. So it sounds like ProFinder is probably going to be back in every way except for the actual name of ProFinder is what it sounds like.
Enhanced. It's sort of a hybrid of sorts. Yeah, I'm very excited about it.
Yeah, so it's very cool. So that's another reason why to go into your LinkedIn profile, check out services provided, fill that out. If you're a premium member, take advantage of anything and everything that you have coming to you that is premium. So premium is LinkedIn Premium for business, as well as any of the Sales Navigator levels.
Yeah, and by the way, on mine it's live, that if you go into your search, so if you have the free LinkedIn, and everyone has the free LinkedIn. If you go in to the search bar and hit enter, there is a new line item called services. And when you click on that, it'll say connections who offer services. So you're beginning to,
there it is,
to find people through there. Yep.
There it is, brand new. So again, LinkedIn change. We are discovering changes as we are live on the program right now. That is how often and how much LinkedIn just changes things without.
When you click through, like the services they offer will be under their name, and when you click through, it will go to request services. So it doesn't necessarily, it goes into. So yeah, and then discover service providers is also now a search in there. So yeah, it's pretty awesome. So take advantage and optimize that. I would say that's the biggest takeaway from today, is to go in and really optimize providing services. Maybe we'll do a pop-up training on that, because I think
that's a good idea. We should definitely do that. We should definitely do that.
Check out socialsaleslink.com/events. Yeah. For when we have a pop-up training, it'll be there.
Yeah, keep checking that. And we'll also do that on our newsletter if you subscribe to our newsletter. So number 4, this one's a small one, but I like it because it shows that LinkedIn is actually starting to think a little more towards its members, even though some of the things that we've said kind of sounds like it's against that. This one is actually good. So this one has to do with it's called Use Camera. It's been added to the profile photo edit. What this does is, and this is different from before, so on mobile and on desktop, you can use whatever camera you have attached to that. So on your mobile, most vast majority of people have a forward-facing camera on their phone, but you could also do this with your desktop camera as well. You can take your profile photo now directly from your device and just go ahead and upload it directly from there. There is no longer any real reason to not have a profile photo up anymore. Obviously, you should make it look professional. Hopefully, you've got like a neutral background and all of the stuff that we always talk about. But if you've got that 10-year-old photo of you where you look totally different and you've cropped your significant other out of there, but you still see their shoulder, like that type of thing, no excuse to have that type of photo up there anymore, when you could just plop your butt down in front of your desktop or in front of your mobile and just take a shot and upload it. It's a small thing, but I think it's actually really important.
I love it. Love it. I have nothing to add except if you don't have a photo, there's no excuse anymore.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, especially because it's funny. When I do profile makeover, sometimes people don't have photos up there, and up until now, every once in a while, I was actually able to take like a screen grab of the Zoom and then send it to them, and then they could use like that type of thing for their photo. I only did that like a handful of times, just because most times it
You
didn't
got to
make
do
sense.
what you got to
You
do.
got to do what you got to do, exactly. So now you have another way to do what you got to do, essentially.
I love it. And what's number 5?
Number 5 is something that I think and I hope and I pray is going to get better and better as we go along, because right now it's not great. But hopefully with Microsoft and OpenAI, because Microsoft is invested in OpenAI, hopefully all of the partners can come together and create something really good out of this. But right now, with any premium account, you can write certain elements of LinkedIn with AI. It kind of stinks right now,
Really
but it
bad.
is there. It is there. So just kind of be aware of it. The 3 areas that I know about are for your LinkedIn profile headline,
Mhm.
for your LinkedIn profile about section. Those are the 2 that I have visibility into. And like I said, it's
Mhm.
not great. And then you can also do this evidently with messaging, with certain types of messages. This I haven't seen yet. This is something that Kevin surfaced. I haven't seen it yet. I'm not really sure
Report.
exactly how it works, but those are the 3 that I know of. Is there something that I'm missing?
Yeah, when you type a post, you can rewrite it as AI. Like you could put in ideas in a post, and then there's a little AI button at the
Oh,
bottom that
that's
will
right.
reword it. Yeah,
Oh, yeah, that's right. But
yeah.
and I think I tried that once, and again, it wasn't.
Awful. Go
Yeah.
just use ChatGPT, and if you want some of our prompts, go to right now we have I think it's socialsaleslink.com/ChatGPT, but they'll be updated soon. We've got some prompts there. They're preliminary. We're really working on some good ones. But that you can load them in getmagical.com, which is a short code saver Chrome extension. But
Yep.
used right now, we're recommending ChatGPT over any LinkedIn AI. Not Sales Navigator. Sales Navigator has different AI, including some social listening and account IQ stuff, which is phenomenal.
Yep.
That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about content writing AI, which just isn't there yet.
And again, that's just with premium accounts to start with. So if you have a free account, you won't even see that. So you should use ChatGPT no matter what in those cases. But if you do have a premium account, it's not there yet. I'm assuming, like I said before, because Microsoft owns LinkedIn, Microsoft owns OpenAI, all of those people will eventually come together at some point and do something really nice. It's not there yet. Obviously, if you want to play around with it, feel free, do whatever you want to. Just know that it's not even 25% baked yet, I'd say.
Yeah, I haven't done it one time where I've said, "Ooh, that's great," and I do almost every time with ChatGPT, we get somewhere great. So
Yep.
yeah, I mean
So,
that's the 5 newest updated things. If you guys are finding any new features in the wild, let us know and tag Kevin D. Turner.
Kevin D. Turner, and then use hashtag, even though they're being depreciated, they're still there. Hashtag new LinkedIn feature, all one word. He will pick up on that, and so that we all know, because we are a community, we are social, and we do like to keep up with this stuff. So we would most definitely appreciate it. And Kevin gives full credit too. I should have said that earlier. Kevin gives full credit to whomever comes in with these things as well. Kevin's an absolutely
He's amazing.
terrific guy.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep. Agreed.
terrific guy, a true friend of the company, and we would have him as a guest on our podcast as often as we
Hey,
would
let's
love
do it
to.
again.
Yeah, we should. Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. So thanks again for joining us on Making Sales Social Live. If you're with us here live on LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, or X/Twitter right now, we do this every week. So keep an eye out for our live sessions. If you're listening to us on our podcast, you should go ahead and subscribe if you haven't done so already. If you want more info, it's at socialsaleslink.com/podcast. Again, that's socialsaleslink.com/podcast. We do 2 shows weekly. We do this one live, and we also have our Making Sales Social interview series where we talk with leaders and experts in sales, marketing, business, and many, many more areas. So when you are out and about this week, any week, and at any time, be sure to make your sales
social. Bye, guys.
Thanks, everybody. Have a great week. Bye-bye.
Don't miss an episode. Visit socialsaleslink.com/podcast. Leave a review down below. Tell us what you think, what you learned, and what you want to hear from us next. Register for free resources at linkedinlibrary.com. You can also listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, and Google Play. Visit our website, socialsaleslink.com, for more information.